Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Lighthouse Sessions. Today is a solo episode, and I hope you'll forgive me. It's coming into the holiday season, and to be honest, scheduling with guests is a little bit challenging. So, I want everybody to have a nice little nervous system reset, pause. We're going to take a deep breath, and now I'm about to rant. So, I've calmed you down. Now I'm going to wind you up. No, kidding. Um, this is actually a rant in the I believe sort of sense, and it either resonates with you or it doesn't. And either way, it's perfectly okay with me. If you disagree, that's fine. I'd love to hear why. If you agree with me, great. I'd love to hear that too. So here's my little rant. I'm a firm believer in the power of networking as a tool to grow a business. And I would argue it's also a valuable tool to grow a life. And if you don't believe me, that's okay. You don't have to. I know there are people out there who are very transactional. They network to close the deal. Those are the people who go to every networking event on the planet. They've got hundreds of cards. I've actually seen them. They look like professional blackjack dealers. They walk in, throw out their cards, leave, and then everybody's wondering, who the heck was that and why did they come in the first place? What you don't see is the people in the quiet back rooms, the ones who stay after the event to help the host clean up, the ones who are hosting online events. And what I truly believe is that if you believe in building authentic relationships in business, those relationships will help you in many, many ways. Now, I have a very, very dear network of people I trust implicitly. I value them. And I'm going to be honest, my best referral partners, we've never worked together. I've never paid them. They've never paid me. We've built relationships. We've built trust. And in return, they bring me amazing connections and introductions. So I want you to all pause and think about who in your life has brought you the most amazing networking connections, who has helped you the most. And I guarantee most of the time it's somebody that you built a relationship and you trusted, and in return, you shared connections with each other. So one of the things I'm doing in the new year, people always say, Jeff, what do you do? What's going on? I'm actually going to be focusing more and more on the podcast. So the Lighthouse Sessions is going to get more attention from me. And the reason for that is I love meeting amazing people as guests. And a lot of my projects come from the relationships I built through the show. Now, to be clear, I'm not here to sell to my guests. I'm not here for them to sell to me. It's just when we connect and you have a good connection, we find ways to collaborate. So you'll see more episodes in the new year. We're going to focus on keeping them nice and tight. Maybe we'll shorten them a little, but the feedback I'm getting is that the length is a bit of an endurance for the average viewer. But the reality is all somebody needs is the first 5, 10, 15 minutes to say, I like this person. Yeah, I'd like to work with them, or maybe I'd like to learn more. Or they need that time to say, they're not a fit for me, and that's okay. So again, this is not a transactional podcast where I don't track my audience size. I don't track how many downloads. I don't care. What I do care about, and I'm going to borrow this term from Fred Reichheld, he used the phrase net lives enriched. That's from his book, Winning on Purpose. And Fred, if you don't know him, he is the creator, the brains behind the Net Promoter Score. And basically, he set the standard for how companies measure success and likelihood of referability and so on. And he said, unfortunately, by naming it Net Promoter Score, it became about the score. Whereas if he had named it Net Lives Enriched, it would have been about the lives enriched. So I believe in net lives enriched. And so what I do with my podcast, I love connecting all of my guests to one another where it's appropriate. And I love connecting people in my community to my guests. And I love helping my guests find other podcasts to spread their message, spread their word. So this community, the Lighthouse Sessions, has been built on one foundational book That is The Go-Giver by Bob Berg and John David Mann. Without those two, the podcast wouldn't exist because I wouldn't have understood what I was building. Now, for the record, I also would say that a secondary book would be Endless Referrals by Bob Berg, and of course, Chet Holmes' The Ultimate Sales Machine. So I look forward to seeing you all in the new year. We're going to see a few solo episodes between now and the end of the year, and I love connecting with people. So if you think you'd be a great guest, if you're a visionary entrepreneur and you want to share what you're building and you want to join our community of builders, love to have you. Thank you all and happy holidays.